Morning, the people of the world. This is Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International from Houston, Texas, United States of America. It's another beautiful week, start of the week, Monday. How are you guys doing? I hope every one of you is doing well. Yes, yes, yes. And I hope you had a great weekend. Good. Please join us and from wherever you are on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere you are. Please tune in for this very exciting, yes, yet another exciting stream this morning. Um, Monday, bright November morning. Yes. Come in, join us, share our message, comment, share your opinion about developments here in the United States, especially coming out from a well contested historic presidential election that saw Donald Trump as winner of the race. Yeah, he won a landslide victory. Congratulations, Donald J. Trump. Now, the business starts. Hopefully, earnestly, in less than a month, or about a month and a few days. Yes. So, looking at the demographics, how people voted, everybody from all shades of opinion, from all skin colors, from different colors of the eyes, they voted for you. So, it is contingent upon you, President-elect Donald Trump, to be the president of the whole United States and not some United States. Yes, be president of the entire United States. And we hope that you will be a uniter and not a divider. The moment for the country to come together is now. All right, to solve a lot of domestic problems. And while looking at the U.S. foreign policies as it affects other parts of the world. Yes, yesterday I made a short call on you to do three major things and plus more. So today we are going to be expanding that message. And number one thing that you must do as president of the United States. United States is a conglomerate of the whole world. Yeah. So America has been in the stranglehold of NATO. Yes, NATO is an imperial military force. Yes, that has been used to destabilize countries. Stop countries, and for the sake of economics. United States has a big enough army to do what NATO is doing, with all the funds being provided, maybe nearly all the funds being provided by the United States. I think America should take those funds to fund domestic programs and things that could benefit the American humanity. So that's one. So Donald Trump, I know you don't like NATO, so you'll be ready to withdraw America's presence in NATO and then channel the energy in NATO to somewhere else. Secondly, I expect you too to go into the United Nations, inspire the emergence of a new United Nations, that will have respect for the whole of the world. A United Nations that will not be under the hammer of five countries as members of its most powerful organ, the Security Council of the United States, of the United Nations. If they cannot expand it to accommodate countries from Latin America and Africa, there's no basis, for the continued existence of the United Nations, because the United Nations has become more of a liability than a solution. So that is one. And then thirdly, I made it clear too that you should withdraw all American forces scattered all over Africa, because I think we have come to the point where Africa is capable and should be the ones, driving its own destiny, and not. We don't need protection by anybody. Africa does not need this over amplified protection. Protection from who and against who? So that's one area that I believe you will do something. Yeah. So the world and Africa especially will be able to decide its own destiny. We'll be able to, create programs, produce the type of leadership that can stand shoulder to shoulder with leaders from across the world. It's only fair that that be done to a continent that has over 45% of the Earth's resources. So, President Trump, we look forward to seeing those actions, being spearheaded by you. I know you are not an establishment candidate, president. Looking at how the election came and went, you were a rebel against the system. So if you were that rebel against the system, you must take the rebellion beyond the shores of the United States so we can build a balanced world where there will be no more war. You don't like war. You stated it very clearly. That all the wars will be brought to an end. We see you too bringing the war in Ukraine to an end. The Ukrainian and Russian war, bring it to an end. We want to see an end to the crisis and the murderous activities going on in Gaza. Bring it to an end. So I guess you are a man of history, programmed for something to happen. But you must be very, 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 very conscious of the fact that the world is growing in consciousness, and the world is, people of the world are asking for justice everywhere on earth. And I believe, I hope that you will be that stellar candidate, president that will make that happen. And so you go down in history as America's greatest, or one of America's greatest, if actually not the greatest. You must rise above racism. Yes, you must rise above racism, because that was one of the fears a lot of people expressed, especially with some of your rhetoric. So I hope the election has come and gone, and then you are savoring the realities of what you are looking at, the demographic of those who voted for you: black, white, Chinese, Indians, Hispanics. Everybody voted for you, and it's on record. The data don't lie, especially here. They were not made up. They are real data. So the white people alone did not vote for you. So you must not be the president of white America. You must be president of the whole United States of America. So that we do great things, like you said, you are going to do a lot of great things. Okay, we want to see that happen. I will be happy, and we'll all support you to be that best president that you want to be. And something that happens in Africa, especially with the non-governmental agencies coming to Africa. Some are from America. A lot of them come from Europe with the help. They claim that they come to help Africa. No, they are not. Majority of them do not help Africa. So they use the name of help to defraud America. I know the American ones are tax evaders. All right, they registered non-governmental organizations that target Africa. All right, they go there to Africa to do something. Some of them are involved in terrorism and are sponsoring terrorist movements in Africa. I know what is taking place in Nigeria, so you must be oblivious of that. They are happening. So they take money from the United States. They don't pay taxes here. They come to Africa. All right, in the name of Africa, they collect money from donors here in the United States. Come to Africa, arraign a few children who are hungry in Africa, give the impression that all of Africa is hungry. Yes, all of Africa is hungry, and then collect so much money, and then take that money away, take a lot away, including their search for mineral resources. Yes, if you know what is taking place in Nigeria, you will understand the Chad Basin economics. The rebellion in Nigeria, the Boko Haram, is an economic, religious insurgency. It's a terrorist insurgency driven purely by economics. nothing to do with God. And where I hear you are a man of God, wow, a lot of Africa, the whole of Africa, a lot of Africans at home look up to you as a Messiah. I hope you will not fail them. Yeah, so that is where I don't know what it is in Latin America and other places. All right, so we want you to spearhead the building of a balanced world where there will be no trouble. I want you to focus too, specifically on all those war-torn areas in Africa with American fingers in the American corporations, are funding wars in countries like Congo, where you made mention where there are a lot of refugees, right? Nearly a quarter of the country is in refugee camps. Yes, across the southern part of Congo, something has to be done to change that, and you know, work with through African leaders. Work with through African leaders. President Donald Trump, I want you to work with through African leaders. Yes, there is need for international collaborations. Absolutely. No country can exist as an island. We need collaborations. But the collaboration we need is the one that will be defined by respect, for the people and respect for their the sovereignty of their countries. We want that. But in Nigeria, I want to tell you specifically, we have a rogue sitting as president of Nigeria. He was a convicted drug dealer here in the United States. Yes, I know you don't like drug dealers. He was a convicted drug dealer here, Indiana. Yes, Gary, Indiana. He was part of the drug dealers that destroyed Gary, Indiana. He sold drugs that killed millions of Americans, destroyed thousands of American families. So he's a pariah that you must avoid by all means. All right? The people of Nigeria don't want him. He forced himself. He did not win an election. He compromised all of our country's strategic institutions. And his vice president is a terrorist with links to Boko Haram. So I will expect that you will look at the American foreign policy as it affects Nigeria and then do something very decisive. We are not asking you to give us America's money. We just want a country that can produce its leadership. All the leaders that we have had so far in Nigeria, we are not produced by Nigerians. They were products of external influences. We are tired of that. So we want to be free. We want to be independent. If President Donald Trump, it will be that president of United States that will help foster independence in Africa and make Africa the continent that it should be, the continent that should be progressive, the continent that should grow, the continent that will provide job opportunities for its people in a manner that will prevent them from leaving the shores of Africa to come here to the United States to constitute themselves into problems. We will so much appreciate you. Yes. So this is one of the things. Those are one of the one of the things that we are expecting that will be done. Previous presidents of the United States have only used Africa as pawns, as a pawn, to advance the cause for their own citizens, to the detriment and at the expense of the African people. So we want, even Obama was a disaster, even if his father was an African, born in Africa. So we want to see a change. We want to see a shift in America's foreign policy towards Africa. We want to see an America that will not go into any African country to invade it. Yes, like what happened between Obama and Sarkozy of France. That was how they destroyed Libya. And then to expose the West African sub-region to the type of insecurity that has become intractable right now. Yes, all the arms that the dissidents, they call them dissidents from Libya, escaped with, all ended up in the Sahel, and especially Nigeria, where Nigeria runs a highest risk of being destabilized. You are a blunt man, I am blunt too, with the way we talk things. I am not a child of the establishment. You are not a child of the establishment. The world need men of truth, those who look at the eye of the world and move, with vote face. So I applaud your courage, and I hope you take your courage beyond the shores of Africa, of the United States, as you want to bring about a lot of changes here. Yes, your leadership should be such that we inspire change across the world, so we can enjoy peace through justice, peace and security everywhere on earth through justice. Are you that man? Some people say you are, and I look forward to seeing that. I will be your biggest fan if you do all this that you say you are going to do. Yeah, so that the world will live in peace. I want to see an America that can be the friend of Russia, and not the fight and all the kind of, I don't even want to know how to express it in a manner that the layman will fully understand it. There's no reason why America and Russia will be fighting at all times. There's no reason why America and China cannot have the best of relationship. I don't see any reason why the United States must not relate the best way with Africa. So this is what we are looking for. The world can be in peace. All we need is justice. And we believe, a lot of people believe, I am watching, and I look forward to seeing you being that just president of the whole of the United States. Yes, not a president of some United States. If you become the president of the whole of the United States, I believe the world will know peace. There will be no need for all the restiveness. I want you to see economic policy, foreign economic policy, that will keep people who hitherto have been migrating to the United States in their country. So there will be prosperity everywhere. When there is prosperity everywhere, people don't migrate. People migrate out of their countries because of lack of access to opportunities. I'm talking about, for instance, Nigeria. I'm talking about, for instance, the whole of Africa. I'm sure you read, you heard, as a business person, you know what I'm talking about. The massive migration of Africans outside Africa. Why are they migrating? Why are they migrating? They are migrating because the opportunities in their countries are being frittered away and brought here as raw materials with which the industries here run. Industries in Europe are running to the detriment of the people from where these resources are taken away. You are a man of justice, and I see you doing justice. So when justice is done, Africa is industrialized. Africa can create opportunities for its people. I bet you don't need to deport anybody. They will stop coming. And those who are already here, who want to feel like being at home, we go home en masse. Corruption is one thing that is killing Africa. The African corruption does not happen with only the Africans. There are foreign influences that help the corruption in Africa thrive. There are foreign companies who go to pay African leaders. They fund fake elections there. Yeah, I love the way you use fake media. Plus the media in Africa is majorly fake. They bring about fake leadership in Africa in order to continue to rob the African people of their raw materials. They don't promote anything that will industrialize Africa. They don't promote anything that will create access to opportunity and prosperity for Africa. So those are the people. Some of the companies come from the United States. So you must target those companies. You must target those NGOs. Yes, who support wars and strife in Africa. Yes, Congo is the richest country on earth. Yes, dripping raw materials from all of its facets. But Congo is the poorest country on earth. Just like Nigeria is one of the poorest on earth, regardless of its abundant mineral and natural resources. Yes, corruption. Corruption aided by foreign interests. So I am happy the way you speak about these things, and I would love to see them done. I wish you the very best during these 4 years, these 4 transforming years, hopefully, according to what you say. I like the confidence you exude when you speak. Yeah, you speak from your heart. And that's one thing that I know. You don't speak as an establishment candidate or establishment personality. So bring this to bear on earth. Now, let me recap again. 4 things you must do. And outside what you are going to do domestically for the American people. Yes, for the American people, you know what to do about the economy. All right? You know what you must do about healthcare. The healthcare delivery system in the United States. Yes, the most powerful country on earth is not at its best. Over 45 million Americans do not have access to affordable healthcare in a country that is supposed to be the most powerful country on earth. And this is the reason. The reason is because of special interest. Yes, that run the insurance companies. When they tell you that your life is over, your life is over. We want you and to bring your audacity to bear on that and stop that. Our next door neighbor, Canada, offers free healthcare and affordable healthcare to their citizens. Britain, one of the imperial powers that drives NATO, they have access to free medical care. Germany has good medical care for its people. But America, the most powerful country on earth, people still die. I am talking about over 45 million Americans who do not have access to healthcare delivery. Not because America does not have the power to make it happen, but because of special interests driven by corporate gains. So are you willing to clamp down on them? That is one major thing that I would love to see happen here. I am speaking because I was a victim of this system. Here, my daughter, I'm happy that she's alive. So I know what I'm talking about. Donald Trump, you can make that happen. You can make that happen. You have the boldness to make it happen, and you should use that boldness. You should use that courage. You should use that audacity to turn that around. So the people of America will be happy, especially when it comes to, family members being sick, being ill, and they don't have that access to treatment that they should have as citizens of this country. All right, all the other domestic issues, you are taking care of them. The explanations you have given to them, I agree with you. And you know one more reason why a lot of people voted for you. Yes, one more reason about why a lot of people voted for you. And which you addressed right before even being sworn in. The issue of LGBT that has become a virus around the world. I respect people's basic human rights, but I will not respect any person who is asking much more than his or her basic human right. The people who are gay, they have a right to be alive. I have no right to kill them, but they have no right to violate my own right, as a citizen, of Nigeria, as a citizen of the United States. They do not have that right. I think they were asking for too much, and the system was giving them a lot, much more than they should. They are only entitled to their basic human rights, and not more, and nothing less. So I like the way you handle that, and I believe that's one of the reasons people voted for you the way they voted, because the world started going out of control, and with the United States under those who share in this obnoxious ideology, spearheading it and spreading it across the world, endangering families, and the definition of a relationship between men and women. I applaud you for that. And I want you to take that into the United Nations. I want you to take that same courage to removing the United States from paying the bills of NATO. It costs America so much money to support a NATO, an imperial force that has been pursuing the legacy of dividing, controlling, destabilizing and stopping the world from growing in peace and harmony. So thank you. I know you made mention in one of your speeches about how they destabilized Libya. Yeah, you know American lives were lost, including the life of the American ambassador to Libya. So that should help you craft a policy. Yes, a new foreign policy that will be more friendly, that will be more amenable, to the people of the world. Thank you very much for those policies. Now, you must come after NGOs, yes, non-for-profit organizations that go into countries, especially Africa, to do what? In search of mineral resources. They go there to create confusion and not in the name of helping the people. We don't need help in Africa. We need access to opportunity. We need the type of leadership that can think. We need the type of leadership that can build, utilize, expand, extend, and sustain capacity for the African people so they wouldn't have the need to migrate the way they have been migrating so dangerously through especially the Mediterranean Sea. Yes, where thousands of them are dying in droves. And then those who are able to get across to Italy are kept in concentration camp. Yes, I'm talking about children who come from the richest continent on earth. I think that will solve the migration problem seriously. Any person who has no business or being in the United States should not be here. But they must have access to opportunity in their home countries. And companies who come from the United States and the rest of Europe, and including the Arab world, must stop, using Africa as a pawn. With that, all the problems that we are facing with immigration, well, according to many people who say that the immigrants are the ones responsible for the many criminal activities in this country, which I doubt. I don't believe entirely. If that will help solve that problem, let us do it. You can handle it. All right? You are the president of the United States. You have the energy, you have the courage, you have the audacity working with you. And you have the backing, perhaps, of the American people to make their country, keep America first, make it great again. But America, I believe, has been always been great. There has never been any time America has not been great. But you can make it greater, that would be great. We look forward to seeing you succeed. We look forward to seeing global peace, security, and unity. A world that can come together and get the problems of the people of the world solved. Thank you, and I appreciate your victory, and look forward to seeing you succeed. Bye for now. And my viewers, listeners, if you are you just tuned in, please help us share this message to get to as many people of the world as possible. And then join us to help Donald Trump succeed, where we must support him. And then where we must hold him accountable, we must not be afraid of doing so, because that is why we exist as citizens. Bye for now.